The heart of New York Fashion Week belonged to BTS's youngest member, Jungkook, as he took center stage at Calvin Klein's Collection Spring 2026 showcase. Dressed in an immaculate all-black ensemble, featuring a double-breasted blazer and sleek black shirt, Jungkook's commanding presence redefined contemporary elegance and sent fashion media into a frenzy. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and hashtags like #JUNGKOKXCLVNKLEN and #JUNGKOKXNYFW dominated global trends within minutes of his appearance. But while Jungkook's confident stride through the fashion capital captivated audiences, another BTS member unexpectedly stole a share of the spotlight: Jin, who remained in Korea. Social media lit up when Jin, fresh off his own Paris appearance for Gucci, posted a simple yet striking message on Weverse: "New York suits our youngest well." The comment, paired with photos of Jungkook flooding the internet, instantly went viral. Within hours, both Jungkook Calvin Klein and Jin Gucci were trending side by side, creating a global conversation that merged music, fashion, and brotherhood. Industry observers were quick to point out the symbolic significance of this parallel. Jin, representing refined luxury in Paris, and Jungkook, embodying modern edginess in New York, illustrated BTS's ability to dominate two of the world's fashion capitals simultaneously. Vogue Korea described it as the Hyung and Magne splitting the globe between them, yet moving as one narrative. Fashion analysts went further, speculating about the potential for a dual BTS fashion project, with Jin and Jungkook fronting separate yet complementary campaigns for rival luxury houses. For ARMY, however, the moment was not about competition, but connection. Fans celebrated Jin's subtle gesture of support as proof of the enduring bond between the eldest and youngest members of BTS. Edits of Jin in his Gucci red jacket in Paris alongside Jungkook in his Calvin Klein black suit in New York flooded social feeds, with captions like "Two kings, one family," and Hyung and Magne conquering the world together. As the lights dimmed in New York and Jungkook exited the venue under a storm of flashbulbs, Jin's quiet words from Seoul lingered as the perfect reminder: no matter the distance, BTS members remain tied by loyalty, pride, and a brotherhood that elevates each of their victories into something greater than individual success. Fashion critics and global media outlets quickly recognized the unprecedented narrative unfolding before their eyes. In Paris, Jin had stunned Gucci's front row with his timeless poise, representing sophistication and tradition. In New York, Jungkook embodied the modern face of Calvin Klein, projecting youthful rebellion wrapped in effortless style. Together, their appearances were described as a synchronized cultural takeover by the New York Times, a moment where BTS members simultaneously redefined the boundaries of K-pop and fashion on different continents. Vogue US called it a cinematic story told in 2 acts: Jin in Paris, Jungkook in New York, each commanding global attention, yet harmonizing in their shared influence. Meanwhile, South Korea's The Korea Herald noted that the symbolism extended beyond clothing, stating, "It is not about who wore what, but how BTS continues to shift cultural tides." Jin and Jungkook embody both stability and evolution, the Hyung grounding the legacy, the Magne pushing it forward. Fans across social media seized the moment as proof of BTS's unshakable brotherhood. Edits pairing Jin's glowing visuals in Gucci red with Jungkook's brooding all-black Calvin Klein look-filled timelines. On TikTok, the soundbite of Jin's Weverse message, "New York suits our youngest well," was set to trending audio, with millions of fans lip-syncing and adding heartfelt captions. The phrase became a rallying cry for ARMY, encapsulating not just pride, but the emotional thread tying the members together even when oceans apart. Even industry insiders began speculating on what this dual impact could mean for BTS's future in fashion. Could the Group C members officially representing different luxury houses simultaneously? Could Jin and Jungkook's two-pillar narrative eventually converge into a historic joint campaign, breaking barriers between rival fashion giants? For now, the questions remain unanswered, but the potential has already set the industry buzzing. In the end, New York and Paris weren't competing stages. They were complementary chapters. Jin and Jungkook didn't just appear at fashion shows. They rewrote the story of how idols can redefine global style. And as ARMY celebrated across the globe, one truth echoed louder than the applause of any runway. BTS's bond ensures that every individual victory becomes a collective triumph, with Jin and Jungkook standing at the center of this new era of influence. With Jungkook's all-black Calvin Klein appearance dominating headlines worldwide, speculation quickly shifted to what might come next. Industry whispers suggest that this may only be the beginning of a larger strategy involving BTS members in high fashion. While Jungkook continues to shine as the bold face of Calvin Klein in New York, insiders believe Jin's refined image for Gucci could soon intersect with his younger members' journey, potentially bringing them together in one of the most explosive fashion moments of the decade. Rumors swirled among ARMY communities and fashion insiders alike after fans spotted HYB staff reportedly traveling between Seoul and New York. Some speculated that arrangements could already be underway for Jin to join upcoming events, perhaps even during the latter half of New York Fashion Week, to make a surprise appearance. Imagine Jungkook stepping out in Calvin Klein and Jin appearing right after for Gucci. It would be history in the making. One fan account posted on X, garnering over 200,000 likes in just a few hours. Fashion journalists echoed the sentiment, describing a potential Jin times Jungkook double appearance as the ultimate collision of luxury narratives. Gucci's timeless elegance meeting Calvin Klein's modern edge through two BTS members isn't just branding, it's cultural history, wrote Business of Fashion. The idea of two BTS members representing rival luxury houses on the same stage has already been called unthinkable, yet inevitable. For Jin, stepping into New York would symbolize not only his continued global rise, but also his role as a steadying force within BTS. His presence alongside Jungkook would transform the fashion conversation from a solo spectacle into a collective moment of unity, showcasing the Hyung and Magne bond on an international runway. For ARMY, it would be the ultimate dream fulfilled. Two icons walking into the flashing lights side by side, rewriting the narrative of what K-pop idols can achieve beyond music. Until that moment arrives, the speculation continues to fuel anticipation. Will Jin remain the silent supporter from Korea, or will he step into New York to amplify Jungkook's spotlight with his own brilliance? Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain. The world is watching, waiting, and ready to witness the next chapter of BTS's domination of the global fashion scene. At its heart, the story of Jungkook in New York and Jin in Korea is not just about fashion, nor is it only about two idols walking separate runways in different parts of the world. It is about the unbreakable thread that connects them, one forged over years of shared struggles, triumphs, and memories as members of BTS. Jungkook's sharp black suit in Manhattan and Jin's refined Gucci look in Paris are more than outfits. They are statements of identity, growth, and legacy. For fans, the image of Jungkook standing confidently in New York while Jin quietly cheered him on from Seoul embodies what BTS has always represented: unity in diversity, strength in individuality, and love that transcends borders. The Hyung-Magne relationship, once playful and lighthearted, now plays out on a global scale, where every gesture, every word, and every moment of pride resonates deeply with millions. And so, whether Jin eventually joins Jungkook in New York or continues to send his support from afar, one truth remains unshaken: BTS is never truly apart. Their victories, though individual on the surface, always echo as collective triumphs. For ARMY, the sight of Jungkook in his Calvin Klein suit and the echo of Jin's heartfelt words will forever symbolize the brotherhood that makes BTS more than a band. It makes them a family. As New York lights dim and Paris memories linger, the world waits for what comes next. But one thing is already certain: Jin and Jungkook are not just shaping fashion history, they are writing a new chapter in the enduring story of BTS, where every runway becomes a stage, and every stage becomes a reminder that together, they shine the brightest.